What is up, YouTube? Welcome to the Ice to Closer channel. This is Ice, and we have a progression video for you today. This video is comprised of 3 different videos from the same day, all with me working on doing U-turns within parking spaces. Like many other videos in the channel, this will kind of show a journey. So by the end of the video, you'll see something that is different than what you saw in the beginning. And again, my whole goal is to just be really authentic. So you'll see all of my mistakes, you'll see all of my struggles and everything in this video. The first segment is what you see right now, which is me really struggling and just trying to get accustomed to doing the U-turn in 3 parking spaces. The second video is a POV video from my GoPro, which will be a little bit more of an intimate view of how I was feeling at the time when I was going through it. And you'll get to hear like all the little grunts and stuff I felt when I felt like I was going to drop the bike, or when I may have made a turn that was cutting it close. And at the end of the video, the last segment would be of me going through and actually making it within 2 parking spaces a couple times. So I'm actually about to turn around in the video that you're watching now, and you can see me put my foot down a couple times. In the motorcycle safety course I took, the only part I really struggled with was the U-turn. Even in the motorcycle tests, for those who don't know, if you drop your bike, you automatically fail. Even though I did not successfully complete a U-turn within the boundary the whole time we practiced, I did my first one in the test and just was like, if I drop the bike, I drop it. It is what it is. And so I was able to complete the first one, but the second one I did have to put my foot down to make sure I didn't go out of the line. So but yes, that is kind of a theme for me, where I'm going to push it. That's one of the reasons I got the nickname Ice. I'm going to push it even when, you know, all the marbles are on the line, and you will see that displayed in this video as well. Again, a lot of learning. Every time you see me put my foot down in this particular segment of the video, it's more just because I was a bit nervous and I wasn't comfortable. Later on, when you see me put my foot down, it's because I felt like I was going to drop the bike. Because as the video progresses, not only do I get better, but I also challenge myself and push myself harder. You will see the brake light on. That is because I am putting my right foot on the back brake, which does help with stability. And this whole time I have the clutch in, and I'm not letting it completely out, and I'm using the throttle either to give it gas or blipping the throttle to give it stability. So, and if you hear the throttle really roll hard, like that is because something went wrong. As I mentioned before, this is the POV section of the video. Here I'll be a little bit more quiet so you can actually hear my live reactions to the turns and stuff. You'll be able to see I need to get my head to move and look farther towards the exit of the U-turn, which would help me out a lot more here. Definitely have a lot of close calls in this video. Also, you'll see the handlebars kind of jiggle a bit as I enter different turns or exit different turns, and that's just working on getting better balance and stability while I'm turning and getting more comfortable with the bike. I also am practicing locking out the handlebars completely with each turn. You can see my head is turning, but it's like getting stuck. It's not going as far. This is a lot better and a lot smoother result there. There, my head does not get around as far. So hopefully you guys can see the difference between like looking far ahead versus not, and the smoothness in the turns. You all can probably hear the effort I'm putting in and some of the anxiety At this point, I had started to sweat through almost all of my gear, even though it was only about 45 degrees outside. This is the last segment of the video. It is a bit of a different angle and positioning than the first segment, but overall, you'll see when I enter here, that is the far left of one parking space, and when I'm exiting, I'm actually exiting 2 parking spaces away, or like right on that border, as opposed to 3, which is where I was at the beginning of the video. So definitely made a lot of progress, where I went from struggling with 3 to getting it within 2 parking spaces every now and then. There, you heard the throttle roll and saw me put my foot down. That means I almost dropped the bike, or I felt like that was about to happen. In this video, most of the time I get my head around well. I do a pretty good job. You'll also see some of the times I don't put my foot down. I may shake a little bit or put my foot out and just not put it down. That essentially just means that I realized I was pushing the limit, and I was making a split-second decision on if I was going to fully commit and see what happened or not. And that last turn I did, you heard the throttle go up. That meant I was just going for it. Each time I felt like I was going to fall and I didn't put my foot down, I did learn a little bit more, either about my body positioning or about the bike and where I needed to apply pressure on the bike. It was during this segment where I started to understand exactly what it meant to push the bike down as opposed to just turn it, to push the bike down in regards to myself. So I'm kind of pushing away from the bike and counterbalancing it. I know some people would advise to move a butt cheek off when you're turning. I tried that. It did not feel comfortable for me. I understand the physics behind it, but it just did not feel as comfortable. But it is also more of an advanced technique. Hopefully you can see the lean angle for me is just a lot sharper and a lot more acute than it was earlier in the video, where I was just going a lot slower. So I used a little bit less brake here because I didn't need it as much. And like I said, this was essentially a day where I put an hour and a half or 2 hours into just doing this. As I kept going, I did not only try to keep it within 2 spaces and make that more consistent, but I also shortened the distance in which I would drive into a parking space. So I tried to only go about halfway into the space to narrow the diameter of the figure 8 I was doing. So there, I definitely almost dropped it, and you can just see the fatigue start to wear in. I think you see my body just kind of start to slouch a bit, and this is around the time where I realized it was about time to wrap up. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so I do not feel like it's okay to wrap up if you don't feel like you ended on a good note. Definitely started doing a lot better of a job relaxing and trusting the bike, as well as counterbalancing it. So the consistency definitely got better. Soon you will see me start to put my foot down a lot more. That is mainly just fatigue and loss of focus from being out there so long. you can still see that there's a decent amount of room left for me to turn my head, which is encouraging for me because it shows that I can just keep getting better and better. Moments like that is when I was really pushing it. Like, I felt like, you know, if I didn't give it the right amount of throttle, I was gonna be on the ground with my bike. So, but again, each time where I felt like I was gonna fall and I didn't, it taught me something new about either myself as a rider or my bike. Really start to see me getting tired here. This is around the point where I start getting ready to wrap up. That was just extremely ugly. But you know, I'm showing y'all how it really is and how the progress is going. Working on a couple more videos to be released in the next 7 days or so. I think you guys are going to enjoy those. And I also just want to give a huge shout out to everyone that has been supporting these videos. The views going up has been incredible. I see that we have now passed 50 subscribers, which is ridiculous because 2 weeks ago I was at 6. So I just want to thank you all for, you know, as I say at the end, joining the movement. And I hope you guys have a great week. We have more content coming. Make sure you keep grinding and keep working. And we're gonna keep building together. So y'all take care and God bless. Peace.